Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna change the AC condenser on my Hyundai Santa Fe 2013, and yes, you're gonna have to remove the bumper, but trust me, this is really easy. I'm gonna make a full video about how to remove this bumper, but quickly you just have to remove a couple of 10 millimeters and a couple of plastic screw at the front. This is really easy, and you got two Phillips head screw at each side of the bumper. You just have to get a nice screwdriver and you are ready to get out this bumper to do the job. So this is really easy. So I hope this video is gonna convince you to do the job by yourself, because you're gonna save a ton of money. Now that you remove all the top and the side screws, you just have to pull on each corner just like this. And now what you want to do is to lift the front cover bumper and pull on the side and carefully drop the bumper. The first thing you want to get to do this job is to buy this kind of gauge. They are pretty cheap on Amazon. It's around 30 bucks. I'm gonna put the link inside of the description. So now that you got your set, there's two valves. The blue one is for the low side and the red one is for the high side. So you want to close the both sides. And when the car doesn't run, you're gonna have a static pressure. What that means, there is no low pressure and high pressure. The both side of the system communicate, so you're gonna have the same pressure. So we're gonna see if my system is empty or not. And to do that, you cannot miss this one, the blue connector and the red connector. The red is for the high, the blue for the low, and right there the cap with the H, this is the high side. So make sure the valves are closed, and you just want to connect. This is a quick connect. You just have to pull on that, and you cannot miss this step because the connector is not the same size at the low port and the high port. So you're gonna plug the red one, and now I missed the cap, but just right there, this is the low side. So I'm gonna connect this hose to the low side. Okay, so there's two bolts. There's one there and one there you have to remove. It's a 10 millimeter. You can remove the horn. It's gonna be easier to remove the plastic. Now you can remove this plastic cover carefully, just like this. So now you get a really nice access to the hose of the condenser. This is both high pressure hose. One goes on the compressor and the other goes to the evaporator inside of the cabin. And now with your 10 millimeters again, just have to remove the both nuts just like this, and you can pull on the hose. If they won't come off, you can always use a flat screwdriver and carefully pry out the hose just like this. Okay, so we're gonna replace those seal right there. And now, as you see, my condensers sees better days, so it's the time to replace it. And yes, those holes are shiny because I replaced them last week. And now at the right side of the condenser, you have two Phillips head screw to remove this plastic shroud. This is the intercooler for the turbo. You may not have this one if your car is not the 2.0 turbo. It's not necessary, but if you want, you can remove those two bolts to get a better access to your AC condenser. I'm gonna remove it just to show you. Just like this. Those condensers are really easy to remove. You just have to lift up them. Just have to pull on the clip right there. Pull at the front and it goes really well out. So this is it. Okay, so now the receiver dryer is in this tube, and what it looks like, you don't have this aluminum sheet. This is just because they want to protect the moisture to go inside of it. But basically this tube goes inside of there and absorb all the moisture, and you're gonna have you're gonna have a new cap, but the problem with it, it's I strip this plug right there. I use the right tool. This is H10X, and it's just too tight. I try to remove it with every way, but this is really stripped, so I cannot change this receiver dryer. So the new one is in aluminum, so next time it's gonna be much more easier. The new condenser comes with 2 studs. You just have to tight by hand those studs, just like this, by hand. And now you can remove the bolt rubber seal. So the receiver dryer goes down just like this, and you're gonna have your pipe at your left. You just have to put the new condenser in, just like this. So you just have to pull right there, and there's another one right there. And on the other side, this is really, if you have to remove it, you just have to pull on that, and it will disengage the AC condenser. So now it's time to put back the hose in place, and don't forget to change the seals. Oops. This. And now with the little nice set of ring I got. So this is the old seal. You want to compare. It seems to be the right size. Make sure to soak the seal inside of the oil. Some condenser came pre-oiled. This one is pre-oiled, and sometimes you have to put back oil inside of it. But if you're not confident with this part, you can always let your mechanic do this part for you. So I'm gonna put back the hose in place, just like this. Okay, now put back the nuts by hand, always, just like this. And now you want to torque them at 5 foot-pound of torque, or 60 inch-pound of torque. So just like this. Back the side plastic right there, it's really nice to remove the bottom horn. This is a 12 millimeter. So this is it. You save a ton of money. You just have to replace the horn, the plastic on this side, and you have to replace the bolt plastic on the intercooler, put back the bumper in it, and you are ready to recharge your system. So this is really easy on those cars to change the AC condenser. And to recharge the system, I'm gonna suggest you to go to your mechanic to recharge the system, because you really want to get the right amount of refrigerant inside of the system, because if it's too high or too low, you can damage the system. You can let moisture get inside of the system. But you can always do it by yourself, but you have to buy a vacuum pump like this one and a set of manifold gauge like I showed you before, to really make sure that there's no moisture before putting Freon inside of the system. There's a million of video about that on YouTube, so I'm gonna let the link of a video of Chris Fix inside of the description, so he is better than me to explain you how to recharge your system if you want to do it by yourself. And if you like my content, please leave me a thumbs up and consider to subscribe to the channel, because I got a lot of content about the Hyundai Santa Fe.